All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. 5 yards on the game's first play. Second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down, it's Jones. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And he finds Jimmy Graham. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. Now a first down carry by Jones. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory down at the 33. Here's Rodgers to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Force the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 17-yard line.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double-team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. The veteran tight end, Mercedes Lewis, the intended receiver. But it's going to be second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Hey, Delta.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. This is caught. The ball comes out, and he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now a man who really came on late last year, it's Damian Williams. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. To throw, it's Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Throwing now is Mahomes. And it's complete to Kelsey. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 43.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Penalty stings big time there, wipes away a very good return.
And they work out it so hard because the goal is give yourself some space for your offense to really work, try and gain an additional 1st down outside the 20 or 25-yard line. Instead, this one's going to come back.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a 1st. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, They've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
And it's third down.
258, 630.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And able to find Graham, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards. After 7-0 on EA Sports. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Out of the pistol to give to Jones. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
Hey, high 7.
Here's Rodgers. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
So it's 3rd and goal now, and this is where the Arrowhead crowd can make it very tough. Here's Jones. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Crosby connects on the extra point, and it's now 14-0.
14, Chiefs, nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the 1st half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. On first down, Mahomes. Open man is Hill. He's got it. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Looking to throw again on second down. Mahomes. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. He was looking for Watkins that time, and it's third down.
And 6 yards to go.
Yellow, yellow.
Check, check, check. Mike 35, Mike 35. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Here we go again. 35's the mic. Let's go.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. This is caught by Williams. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll bring up fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he... He ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. KC last year on fourth down, 12 of 15, third best in the league, and they're going again.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Blue dot Quarkers, blue dot Quarkers.
Mahomes going to go on fourth down. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. Well, down 2 touchdowns already. I guess they felt they needed to go for it, but still early, still first half.
I think conventional wisdom says, look, as you point out, you got a whole half to play. Hang in there. Don't give up any more points in this situation. Do a little adjusting at the half and come out ready to go. But sometimes those coaches can just sense their team. Maybe they're a little flat or they need a little extra inspiration. And he decided to go for it there to try and kickstart things.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Rodgers now 6 of 10 of this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. Throwing is Rodgers. He sets to fire deep. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. This is Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones with touchdown number 15 on the year and second of the game. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Crosby with the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. On 2nd and 7. Mahomes hit. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him.
Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off near the 42. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
And he's taken down inside the 30. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Let's spin it. 319. Easy. Wild Bill. For the 50. Rush in. Mike, 53.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 25 yards that time. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
2nd and goal from the 1.
50. No chance. Motion to backfield. Get Mike. Undercrush. Shift. Watch the shift.
They'll try again with Jones. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown.
Touchdown.
Aaron Jones on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And a rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in first half of action.
35 to Mike.
Mahomes now on first down. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Kelsey, the intended receiver there. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead. Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation. Or go 4 verticals because why not? Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they? Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one. Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Here's Mahomes to throw. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down. Kelsey, such a valuable part of this offense. Made the Pro Bowl the last 4 seasons. 2018 being the most productive when he went over 1,300 yards, 10 touchdowns, and a great relationship between he and Pat Mahomes off the field. Very good friends. Attended a bunch of high-profile sporting events together in the offseason, and that chemistry, it certainly shows on the field. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 48. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further. And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust? So tough because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now. Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it. Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
15.
Again, it's Williams. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after them now. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down.
Mike's 42. Mike's 42. Alpha.
All day.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kenny Clark able to record his 5th sack of the season. It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big. And now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you? Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Here we go, 4th down, Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kenny Clark in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Easy. Kill.
Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 43. Mahomes now 5 straight completions here in this second half, 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Williams. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Well, with Damian Williams, it's notable that the Chiefs didn't make a play to go after a big-time running back in the offseason. The coaching staff said back in May they didn't want running back by committee. They trusted Williams to... And this is caught! And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Mecole Hardman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are in for 6. Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for 2. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll run on first down. Jones. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Throwing on 2nd down. Rodgers. And he finds his tight end, Graham. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And that's complete to Lewis. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 32-yard line. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, Echo.
March 50. You must be getting tired of seeing me.
Now it's Rodgers. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Box it.
Tighten up.
On the counter, here's Jones. And he's got Rome. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, 32 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And going deep for Hill. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are able to draw a bit closer. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Now here's Mahomes. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. We're back now in KC, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. Butker now to kick this one away. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
No, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that... a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Ah, yeah.
Their 2nd meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from the first one and blew out the Seahawks.
He's got the first down and more past midfield. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Check. Inside. Check 13. Check 13.
The first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Now Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 13 yards, first down, Packers. Rodgers now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Back north. Smooth.
Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Emmanuel Ogbah. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Throwing now is Rodgers. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Ryan Grant, his first touchdown on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee. With you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And going deep for Hill. This is caught. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill. His 2nd touchdown of the night, and the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead. Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the 2-point try. Shotgun snap to Mahomes, and he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the 4th quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says? What? Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
Check hot route. Hot.
Again, it's Jones. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Hey, seam 6.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking first down.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Jones. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 7 yards there and a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Hey, Charlie, watch the whip.
On first down, it's Jones. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So what was already a game to remember becomes even more so as that touchdown run, a lengthy one, takes him over 200 yards now for the game.
And I love the fact that to get over 200, it took a pretty good sprint, didn't it? I mean, a lot of times you get 1 or 2 yards and oh, he's over 200 yards. But that really put an exclamation point on the game he's having. Fantastic. A lot of fun to watch.
That's it, baby. We gonna work.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Mahomes now on first down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 37. To throw, it's Mahomes. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for them because it is a team game, right? And let's be honest, though. The defense did them no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball. So, bottom line, film session, defense is going to be a real tough one for them. Offense, they'll get a little bit of praise.
And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all. And it's been a long day for this crowd. Waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
Now it's Mahomes again. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
Another shot from the one on second and goal. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And he is going to be stopped on the return at his own 3-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he will double the space they have to work with as they take it from the 2 to the 4.
The 4-yard line. Tonight's
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
I don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass.